got Leader Freight Systems. Fuck these lying-ass motherfuckers. Fuck them. Legacy Express Trucking. Blank. Got nothing. You fucking pronounce it. Glider trucks. What that means is basically you got a newer-ish truck, all right, that used to have DEF or some shit. What they did was they pulled the engine out. I don't know. Engine blew up. Whatever their fucking reason was. Maybe they bought it at an auction. The engine was already blown up. Whatever happened, they took the engine out. They took an engine from an older truck, doesn't have DEF and EGR and blah, blah, blah. They threw that in it. Some fucking how that is a technicality for DOT. So what that means is you don't have to run an ELD. I don't understand what the fuck that means. I don't get it. Somehow that means you're going to be using paper logs. I think it's just a way for these guys to basically do flexible ELD and not have to worry about modify your logs, blah, blah, blah. They tell you where to go, how many miles you need to do to get there, blah, 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 and you fucking drive until the wheels fall off of that truck. That's what I'm hearing. So again, glider truck is a red flag for me. For some fucking people, maybe they did it because the thing blew up and this is the only engine they had, blah, blah, blah. Well, now you're a technicality and you don't need an ELD. I fucking like the ELD. It keeps you on the level. It gets you adequately rested, all that shit. I prefer the ELD. You don't have to worry about, did I fuck up and, oh shit, I forgot to write this down and blah, blah. Where was I 20 minutes ago? I don't know. You know, all that bullshit. All out the window. Ain't got to worry about it. I don't like the idea of paper logs. If you have the option for the ELD, personally, if you do a glider truck, get your own ELD while you're working for that company. That way you can show the cops, even though, you know, he's going to be looking for the paper log, you're going to be all, well, I've got the ELD. It's a glider truck, so I don't need one legally, technically, whatever the fuck that means. But I'm doing ELD anyway. Here it is. So that's what I would do, me personally. So glider trucks, that means no ELD. Up to 3,800 miles per week. They claim you can also do an ELD truck. They claim that their motto is transparency and honesty. We'll see. $10.99, 60 cents per mile, $1,200 a week minimum pay. So if you run the miles, if you get the deliveries done when you're supposed to and everything else, you're not going to get less than $1,200 a week working for dry van, direct deposit only. Again, I've had problems with direct deposit. As I've said in my hot tips videos, you want to check that out. So I make it a point to ask that question. Minimum 3 years verifiable experience required. 630-802-0244. That means Chicago. What the fuck was the quote? Transparency and honesty. And you're in Chicago? Bullshit. There's no, maybe. No, period. Right at the end of that fucking sentence. Underscore it 3 fucking times. Bold, italic, you know, little fancy letters, little animations of firecrackers going off. 630 area code means Chicago, even though the asshole posted this job in the Joplin, Missouri Craigslist. My opinion, sounds like a bunch of bullshit, shitty deal. Don't want nothing to do with it. Too many red flags. Fuck it. If you're all like, dude, that sounds like a great deal. Sign me up to get fucked. Go for it. Go for it. I'm not stopping you. You want to, it's your own fucking deal, man. Lion, I'm assuming. Lion, proper pronunciation. Lion Freight LLC. Company driver. Dry van, 60 cents per mile. Flatbed is 70 cents per mile. 3,000 miles a week. You're going to be driving a 2019 to 2024 Volvo or Freightliner or Kenworth. Automatic transmissions. Fridge / microwave / inverter. Direct deposit, so there's no APU. Direct deposit, $10.99. Send a photo of your CDL and medical card to get started. 563-265-8892, Chicago. Then the liar told me the actual name of the company was called Little Bees. And he refused to answer whether or not they provide a rental car. Why would you refuse to answer that? He said, we provide transportation, which is not an answer to that fucking question. So, if that's enough for you, there you go. Liquid trucking, no pets. LJM International, North Carolina. Never called me back. Load One, ONE, LLC. They make you do an Intel app first. Load Pro. It's 2 words, but no, it's not. It's 1 word. Load Pro. Trucking. Flatbed only. Logistics. With X at the end of it. Logistics. Lost my place. Logistics. Services. Inc. Joplin. That's all I've got for him. LRS, Transportation Solutions, Joplin. That's all I've got for him. LT Delivery, plays stupid games. They're on my do not contact list. LTI Trucking Services, Inc. Never called me back. Lucky, Luckey. I don't know if Lucky knew how to spell lucky, but this dude's probably not lucky. Lucky Recruiting. I never applied with them. They're on my do not contact list. Lumwai. Never called me back. Lupius 7 Inc. Nothing. It's blank. M5W Transport. Joplin. Never called me back. MB Global Logistics. Chicago. Dry-van. Do not contact list. Magnum Freight. Russian guy. Chicago. No rental car. May Trucking. They are a Pacific Northwest based company. I'm not sure precisely where. They use Qualcomm. Extremely piss poor communication. They refuse to accept responsibility for their actions. Always willing to pass the buck. They are by far the worst company I have ever come across. Which means I highly recommend that you work for them as your first company ever. That way, every other shitbag company out there seems like peaches and creams by comparison. McClaney. Never called me back. MDE Logistics LLC. Joplin. Never called me back. Magic Freight Inc. 65 cents per mile. Dry van. Flexible ELD. You can do company or RTO. OTR position 219-226-3002. They're on my do not contact list. Magnum. I used ZipRecruiter to apply. I specifically did not agree to their terms of being contacted by texts, and they decided to robo-message the fuck out of me anyway. They're on my do not contact list. Wonder why. Max Moving LLC. Chicago. They had a 6-year-old girl call me who barely spoke English. From 708-855-8800, I think it's dry van, and rent to own, lease purchase, blah, blah, blah. $2,000 escrow taken out at $150 a week. Allegedly, they have a pet and rider policy. They're on my do not contact list. I wonder why. Mega Minus Gene Enterprises LLC. 90% drop and hook. Real Midwest and South. So that means no Chicago for jackasses that think that fucking the goddamn Central, Eastern, and Eastern states and shit is Midwest because they're fucking or just fucking retarded. Whatever the fucking reason is, the jackasses in the right side of the U.S. seem to think that they're in the Midwest. West is this fucking side. I don't know which way you're fucking looking at it, but the West is to the fucking left, brother. Draw a fucking line down the middle of the U.S. That's the Central. You think you're fucking Midwest when you're on the right side of the center? That's the East. If anything, you're East, Center, East, Center, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But you fucking, Chicago's fucking Northern, if anything. You ain't mid fucking nothing. Okay? You're at the top of the fucking U.S. Not even in the fucking middle anywhere of anything. Chicago's not even in the middle of fucking Illinois. It's in the fucking upper right corner, man. Seriously. Don't you think I'm fucking with you? Go back through and watch, Family Matters with Steve Urkel. You remember? So, go back through and watch that shit. Laura, the girl, they were doing some cheerleading fucking competition thing. And I remember specifically that bitch said, oh, we're going to the Midwest cheerleading competition or some shit. It's like, why the fuck are you going? You live in Chicago. Yeah. People in fucking Chicago think they're in the Midwest. I don't fucking know why. I think there is some toxin in the Great Lakes, and that's where they're getting their water from. You fuckers need to check your fucking water filters, because whatever's in there is getting through the system. So Mega Gene Enterprises LLC is actually the Midwest and the South. Chicago probably thinks that's them too. 2 years experience required, 14 days out for 4 days home. They claim 63 cents per mile. It's actually 60. Keep trucking ELD. In and outward facing dash cameras. Pets are okay, but no riders. Some load tracking, which means you gotta use your fucking phone. I hate doing that because it burns out the goddamn antenna in your phone and overuses the battery and blah, blah, blah. The company's not paying for it, so why the fuck do I need to use my phone for you to figure out where I am? Put a fucking phone or a tablet or something in the truck. Anyway, red flag. You gotta use your fucking phone for load tracking. Red flag. 70 mile per hour governed speed. Home every weekend, even though that doesn't match the 14 days out. Guy said it's a mix of both. Okay, so sometimes 14 days out, sometimes 6, 7, what? Annual raises of 1 cent per mile, caps out at 65 cents per mile. So no point in working for them for more than 5 years. Can't take the truck home for the home time. W-2, not 1099. Direct deposit only. Pilot fuel cards. Dry van. He does not believe in scaling the loads. So I'm assuming that means the loads are going to be 30,000 pounds of cargo or less? Or you're just rolling the fucking dice working for this guy. I don't know which. He does not do employment verification to an outside company. So if you work for him, for that 5 fucking years, and his company, Mega Gene, goes under, that 5 years, you never fucking worked, I guess, you know. Let's see. He gets his loads through Diamondback Services, Inc., a company we already talked about, right? Wasn't that, it was DBI, if I remember right, because the S was silent. The word services is silent. I don't know. If I remember right. Out of Kansas City. Oh no, he works out of Kansas City. You must park the truck in Kansas City for your home time. So if you live and work in Chicago, because I think I'm getting these jobs, I'm doing Midwest loads. Chicago. Yeah, for some reason when I park my truck, I have to drive 600 fucking miles back home. Mercator Global Logistics LLC. United States is where they're based out of. Well, thank God. That means I'm already at work. RTO. They claim truck ownership in 18 months maximum. Red flag. Red fucking flag. Sounds way too damn good to be true. That means it's probably giving you a truck with 1.5 million miles already on it. Dry van, OTR, pet and rider program, whatever the fuck that means. These assholes make you verify you are human just to look at their advertisement on Indeed.com. They claim to be Chicago-based. They claim not to charge you for the trailer, the insurance, nor the ELD. 21 days out, 7 days home time, 708-277-6553 if you're interested. Mirel Transport LLC, aka Mirel Logistics. 2 years verifiable required, 2,000 miles, 2,000 plus miles per week, 60 cents per mile, Tulsa. So that's Oklahoma. They don't mention this in their ad, but they only do RTO at 60 cents per mile. And they will not talk to you without an application first. Seriously, fuck these guys. Mercs. M-E-R-X. Mercs. They got their spelling from the Midwest. Direct deposit only, and they require you to have hazmat. That's all I got. Metro Express. Would not answer my calls. They're on my do not contact list. MGR or MJR. One of those. Russians or Ukrainian, whatever. RTO, and they're in Chicago. Midwest Freight Systems Corp. Claim to be out of Wichita. W2. 63 cents per mile. Live loads. 99%. No touch freight. Samsara ELD. 1 year verifiable required. 3,200 miles per week. 586-580-1200. That area code and their Intella app application both confirm. Again, remember, they're in Wichita, which is Kansas. And those of you that fucking watch like Twister and shit, Wichita is in Kansas. But the area code and the Intella app application confirm they're in Michigan, which is even further Midwest than Chicago is. More surrounded by the fucking water, but at least Michigan don't fucking claim to be in the Midwest. Chicago. Miller Truck Lines. No dogs and they're fucking liars. Millis Transfer. Won't even talk to you unless you do an application first. Minstar, whatever the fuck that is. Minstar, 1 word, 2 word, don't know. Transport. See equality transfer above. MIT, or is it MIT, or is it MITE? MITE Logistics. OTR and regional. Reefer, 65 cents per mile. Flatbed, flatbed is 70 cents per mile. They claim all miles paid. No escrow. Average 1,700 to 2,200 miles a week. Kenville, New Jersey is where they claim to be out of. They're on my do not contact list. Mojack. Mojoac. Fuck it. I'm just going to put it on the screen. Flexible ELD. Chicago. No rental car. Momo Logistics Inc. South Carolina. Moaned Logistics LLC never called me back. MMJ, aka Road Legends, we'll tell you about them later. MMR Express Inc. Lincoln, Nebraska. Fake book ad. Flexible ELD. 65 cents per mile. 14 days out for 4 days home. 1 year verifiable required. MMM Freight Corp. Out of Kansas City, Chicago. Liars. 30% of the load is what you get paid, which is decent. However, again, they're liars, red flags, so there's going to be more to come. They claim to have a fridge and inverter. $10.99. They claim to reimburse you for travel to the orientation. Flexible ELD. 773-217-0462. MN89 Inc. outright refused to answer questions. Got very suspicious and defensive about it. They do RTO. They're on my do not contact list. And if you're interested, check out my Google review about that company. MNS1. What's with these fucking random ass jumbled characters thrown together? This sounds like bullshit companies, man. Sounds like a Chicago company. That's what I wrote down. Yeah, no shit. 49 cents per mile. Holy fuck. I didn't even bother applying. OTR Express LLC out of Texas. Fucking liars are out of Michigan. Moonstars Logistics LLC. United States. They claim less than $195,000 a year. Holy shit. They claim you will not make less than $195K a year. Then they claim they're based in Cincinnati. Well, Cincinnati isn't United States. Again, this is a different company from the Texas liars. So, United States and Cincinnati. So at least 1 year experience is required. 707-303-0111. Rental car is, rental, not purchase. Oh, okay. So it's not RTO. It's not rent to own. It's lease purchase. It's rental purchase, not lease purchase. They specifically said rental. Now they claim they're out of Philadelphia. What the fuck? Jumping all over the goddamn place. 3 different places they claim to be out of now. I don't know how many red flags you're counting. 2-hour orientation. Thank you. Dry van. Flexible ELD. 800 miles per day. If that ain't a fucking flexible ELD, there ain't no such thing. 800 fucking miles a day. Jesus Christ, I just did the math on that. That's how many miles per week. Holy fuck. MP Carriers. I never applied with them. Chicago. They don't provide a rental car. They're on my do not contact list. MPG Express LLC. They're on my do not contact list. MRTNZ Logistics. Joplin. Never called me back. MS Freight. AKA 4 Ways Cargo. Liars. Already mentioned them above. N2S Express LLC. These idiots know I'm not an owner-operator of a box truck, and yet they're still sending me messages telling me that, well, if I was, they would have a job opportunity for me. They keep fucking lying to me, saying that they'll pay you $5,000 a week, which we all know is bullshit. NARS, or NARS. NARS Transportation. N-A-R-S. NARS Transportation. Out of Joplin. It's a tanker position hauling milk. 1-click ZipRecruiter application was 6 pages of clicks. Where they now inform you that you must have your own fucking truck. National carriers. 50 cents per mile, 68 mile per hour governed speed, Packers. They require 1 year verifiable in the last 3. National Logistics. These liars said you don't need hazmat. And then they turn around and said you actually did. So they lied to you just to get you to apply or just to get you in the seat and then tell you, oh, hey, we need you to get that hazmat. Well, not happening, so I guess you're paying for the flight back home, dumb shits. So again, that's another good reason to always get you a fucking rental car and don't drop the thing off until they hand you the keys to the truck. You never know when you're going to need that to get back home. Make sure you fill up the tank before you go to orientation, too, if they're paying for the fuel. Make sure they're paying for the fuel. Anyway, National Logistics is on my do not contact list. Nationwide, one word, Nationwide Cargo Inc. Florida and Texas. Don't know if you know, but those are 2 different fucking places. Actually in North Carolina. Hazmat. OTR. Pets OK. 60 cents per mile, 100% drop and hook. They require you to have reefer experience, even though they only do drive-in. 3 days out for 3 days home. Well, this sounds too fucking good to be true. 847-440-4126. They're on my do not contact list if you want to roll the dice. Navajo. 70 mile per hour. 2,500 to 3,000 miles a week. Dogs allowed only after a 3-day orientation. Navinix LLC. Kentucky. These idiots actually have it listed that they will not hire you unless you have addiction counseling in your repertoire. So you want people that have been drugged out and are now clean? You want people that are a possibility of reverting back? What the fuck? Okay. Why the fuck is that a requirement to be one of your drivers? Niko. Niko. Niko out of Chicago. 60 cents per mile. Flexible ELD. Nice. Nice. Nice? Nice. N-I-S. Is it nice? Is that what you're supposed to spell? Nice Express. Okay. Joplin. Never called me back. 4 exclamation points. A year or so later, they finally called. 65 cents per mile. 21 days out for 7 days home. Sounds like too good of a fucking deal. 2,800 to 3,000 miles a week. At least 2 years OTR. Required. 1099 position. Orientation is in Chicago. Lasts a couple hours. Again, and $1,000 escrow. Taken out at $100 a week. Noah's Ark Transport LLC. OTR, 1099. Dry-van, $1,700 a week. 21 days out, no mention of home time. Mostly no touch. 2 years experience required. Fair warning, they're idiots. Do not contact list. NJI. Njai? Njai. 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 That's the name of the company. Njai. Chicago. No pets, no rental car. Nove Freight LLC. Chicago. No rental car. NVR. Never. 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 Is it never or never? Never Express? Tulsa. Never called me back. Oh. If you put apostrophe in front of it, it makes sense. Like that old dog over there, he's a good old dog, tell you what. You know, but no, there's no apostrophe, it's just O. O-L. Ol Express, Inc. 30% of the load is what they pay you. 2 years OTR experience required. 1099 flatbed 479-233-2270. If you're interested. One O-N-E. One Holding LLC. I think, if I remember right, I didn't write it down, but if I remember right, I think those are the guys, is that the Oceanic Network Express or some shit like that? They have like pink shipping containers. You've probably seen them. Pink, and it says O-N-E on it in white letters, if I'm remembering right. So, One Holding LLC. Solo or teams, 65 cents per mile or 80 cents per mile. So the solo sounds like a better fucking deal, because a lot of times they'll fuck you on that teams deal. And they'll say, oh, it's the 80 cents that goes to the truck, so you're both only actually getting 40 cents per mile. And then the truck breaks down, and you spend a lot of time at the shippers and receivers, and you're just getting fucked, man. They claim that all their trucks have a micro wowie. Micro wowie. What the fuck is a micro wowie? A micro. Thank God. I've always wanted one of those to, cuddle my balls while I'm driving down the road, because I think that's what a micro is. Makes you go while you're driving. Micro. What's your definition of a micro? Anyway, they claim that all their trucks have a micro, and that's not a typo because the V and W keys are nowhere near each other on a fucking keyboard. Must have 3 months verifiable to do Teams. If you're a new driver, you must complete 1 month of OTR training course, and you'll be paid $2,000 at the end of that month. 417-707-1111 if you're interested, which is a Missouri area code. So now it's a guarantee that it wasn't a typo. 4 weeks out for 5 days home. They do not have a pet policy. And if you cannot provide proof of how many miles you have run with other companies, then they will make you run Teams. What the fucking fuck? They're on my do not contact list. I wonder fucking why. Online transport never called me back. O'Reilly. O'Reilly. Transportation. Oh, no surprise. They're out of Missouri. Never called me back. OTR Express. Kind of hit the nail on the head there. $1,700 a week. They do OTR? Oh. 60 cent per mile dry van, 65 cent per mile reefer. 2,700 to 3,300 miles a week. Samsara ELD. 21 days out equals 4 days home. Or you can do 28 days out for 5 days home. Sounds like a better deal to do the 21 for 4. That way you get more home time. Get a fucking break from all the psycho fuck shit so you don't go trucking on people. I don't know why my phone keeps sending me messages while I'm not looking at the damn thing. Every 10 minutes it pops some shit up on there. Cash advances, I recommend opting out of that service. I have not found a fucking company yet that will let you opt out of doing that. Again, if you opt out of that service, if there's no possibility of you getting a cash advance, no asshole company like OTR Express can go and steal $2,000 fucking dollars from you and claim it was a fucking advance. 2 weeks of fucking work, $2,000 paycheck, they kept it in their fucking wallet and called it an advance. Thieves, frauds. Advance my fucking ass. I highly fucking recommend opting out of all advances. I wonder why I make that recommendation. No touch freight. 1099. Direct deposit. No pets nor riders. Nothing. Just you. 2 years experience required. 331-903-8472. P&B Transportation Inc. Never called me back. PAM. I think PAM stands for something, if I remember right. P-A-M, unless it's PAM. PAM Transport. Never called me back. 6 exclamation points. RTO, Peterbilt 579 trucks, 479-361-5558 if you're interested. Well. I've been editing this video that you guys are watching right now. It's been taking me goddamn couple of weeks, as you can tell by the runtime. This thing's a few hours long. So, apparently during that time, I guess PAME actually did call me back, because I've got a lot more information written down than what you just heard. So, here is the information, and it's a lot of it, so I think it's information you're going to want to hear. Another phone number of theirs is 678-528-0980. They claim 4,000 miles per week as a trainer, a.k.a. Berkman Group, Inc. 404-962-0063. After I filled out an Intella app for Berkman, I got a call from a Georgia accented girl, 678-528-0494, and told me you have to have 6 months of experience within the last 12 and 1 year within the last 3. And cannot have any work employment gaps of 12 months or more ever. Since the day you were fucking born, they expect you to have a job. Their words, not mine. They said no more than 12 months employment gap ever. Direct quote. 2 weeks after I applied, I still haven't heard anything back. So they're Berkman Group, PAIM, trucking, PAIM, transport, PAIM, fucking whatever. PAIM in my ass is what it is. So, these motherfuckers just ghosted me again. Wasting more of my goddamn time. Put another exclamation point up on the screen for times I've applied. They are now on my do not contact list. Pascal Freight Lines never called me back, and they are partnered with TDC. See below. I got an interesting story for you on that one. Pathright LLC, one word. So, Pathright LLC. Fake Book. Never called me back. They're on my do not contact list. PBJ Express, Inc. Springfield, Missouri. They're actually out of Joplin. Just like TDC/Pascal Freight Lines. Liars. Let's see. 1099 OTR, $1,400 a week, 70 mile per hour governed speed, direct deposit only, 3,000 miles a week minimum, reefer, 100% no touch freight, 100% drop and hook, pilot fuel car, Midwest or Southeast running area, 2 weeks out, no mention of home time, 3 years experience required, keep trucking ELD, pets and riders okay, insurance will not cover them, use your phone for load tracking, and you may have multiple phone calls with these people, but the second they decide they don't want to hire you, they don't even give you a courtesy phone call to let you know that they don't want you. They only send you a text. 405, which is Oklahoma area code, 856-2334. They're on my do not contact list. Fuck you too. PJ Freight. Never call me back. 6 exclamation points. They require you to have flatbed, reefer, and dry van experience in order to be considered, which I do. They claim $1,700 to $3,000 per week is what you'll get. RTO, $10.99. They claim to have a pet and rider program, whatever the fuck that means. They claim that your maintenance and repairs are tax-free. They claim 2 years verifiable OTR experience required. That sounds like a good deal to you, PJ Freight. Planet Logistics, Inc. Don't call and then lie and then say they did call you. Fucking liars. They're on my do not contact list. Platinum Logistics, LLC. Never called me back. 3 exclamation points. At least a year later, they emailed me out of the blue. Then someone named Bob called me from 661-903-3666. Wonder what those 3 numbers mean. I recognize it. Do you recognize it? Red flag for me every time I see those fucking numbers. Anyway, he sent a text claiming to be available from 2 p.m. to 2 a.m., which is fucking weird. I missed the call, but when I called him right back, it immediately went to voicemail. Didn't even ring. Did he block my number? Transport out of Prague, Oklahoma. Flatbed, 2 years experience required, and there is tarping involved. Pole, P-O-H-L. Pole. Like P-O-L-E, pole. Pole transportation. Ohio, east of Mississippi driving only. Pony Express Group, aka Annabelle Recruiting. Third party recruiter. Chicago, NRC, no rental car. Premier Logistics, aka Miller Truck Lines. Unless, of course, there's more than one company with this name. Liberal, Missouri is where they claim to be out of. Their online profile says their headquarters is in Atlanta. 1 year experience required. 2 weeks out. Company or lease purchase. They are such assholes, they do not allow you to submit an application without clicking the check mark of I accept your bullshit terms and conditions that allow you to spam robo-message me and sell my email to other companies. Premier Transportation. Never called me back. 7 exclamation points. These assholes will not let you apply with them again if you have already used your email to apply with them ever before. So 1 application 1 time or fuck you for life. Pride or Pridey. Qualcomm. Governed to 65. That's all I got. Prime Express. Trust me, fuck them. They're on my do not contact list. Prime or Prime Inc. Pretty sure they're based out of Springfield, Missouri, because that's where I've seen their base of operations, and so many of their goddamn trucks are all over the fucking place in the Missouri area. Never called me back. 20 fucking exclamation points. Prime Logistics, LLC, Chicago. No rental car. They're on my do not contact list. Quality Logistics, Inc. Recent experience. Inglewood, Colorado. However the fuck you want to pronounce that state. QW Inc. Kansas City. That's all I got for them.